of fun, founder and head professor of Fun University, and your intrepid hostess too, Crafty Roulette 139. And I don't have cotton plugs up my nose, but I kind of sound like it, don't I? But that's okay. We're all feeling better. And I was just getting all sorts of beautiful inspiration from your cards. Wow, you guys. We'll talk about that more in just a minute. If you don't know what Crafty Roulette is, we are the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge. Yes, like Amanda Stevens, a card making challenge game show that we are just for you. If you like that kind of thing, we're here live every Friday night, 6:30 Central Time, and you're always invited. Here's a place right here. Want to come over? Yeah. If you don't like card making, that's fine. If you know somebody that's a card maker, send them this if they've never seen this. Yes, these are my spoonophones. Let me do a quick introduction. These are my spoonophones. This one used to be longer, but my dog ate it. This is Mr. Mike. And below me, right here, is Mr. Wheel. We will be spinning for 4 new parameters tonight to see what we're going to be making. We have a wonderful guest crafter. We were just laughing about life in general, and she was watching Jeopardy and then didn't see who won. Isn't that the way the week has been? It's like you had everything planned, and then you get a cold. But I got a new one for you. You know, nobody ever asked my medical advice, and that's probably reasonable. But I think there is a place for this thing that I've just had. It's more than a cold, less than a flu. Yes, it's a flold. I'm pretty sure there's a place in the world to consider flolds. And I think I had it. Oh my gosh, miserable. Anyway, we do want to give a shout out also to Rosie B. Rosie. She has got her whole family involved in this show. I think that's super exciting. This is not made for kids, but we're very family friendly. She has Smiley, Original Londoner, Jessie B. They're all family members. She's getting together with them on Friday night and sending in cards. I think that's just so fun. I really do. I'm very proud of her and very excited for her. So just keep in mind, Thanksgiving's coming up. There's not a whole lot you can fight over when you're making a card. Just considering, bring out some old parameters, some stamps, some inks, and see if you can make a card with your family and avoid all confrontation at all costs. What was I else going to say to you tonight? I don't know. We had 149 cards you guys sent in, and they were truly outstanding. If you were here at the beginning, at the tailgate slideshow, you got to see them. I know sometimes people wait for the slideshow to see them, but you can see them all on craftyroulette.live. They're there in a gallery all the time. There's also over 10,000 other cards that you can view. Isn't that just crazy? Crazy numbers. But I like it. I like it very much. But you guys gave us a great gallery. We are going to be celebrating some of your achievements later in the show and seeing close up and personal some of the things you sent in. By the way, I am sorry that I didn't make it to Fun University this week. I had the cutest card, and I'm going to still figure out how to do it. It may not be the Guess Who scavenger hunt, but I'll figure out how to do it because I already got it all ready. See, it's just like Jeopardy. You plan to do something, and then you get the flold, and you're done. You're cooked. So, we have some wonderful giveaways. If you did see those beautiful cards, each one of those will be entered into a giveaway, multiple giveaways at the end of the show. That's how we do it. And we do have some wonderful spin sponsors. We want to acknowledge and thank Pear Blossom Press. Amanda Stevens is one of our best fun friends ever, and she is the owner of Pear Blossom Press. If you've ever seen those cards with little lights, that's her. Not too shabby. Cute stinking products. We're going to talk to Crafty Al about that. And Ink on 3 from Roulette Bloom. And I was telling Mr. Producer, I saw a Hallmark show because I've watched a remarkable amount of Hallmark in the last 24 hours. And there was a character on it, and I thought, she's so much like Florette. She really was, except she was into wreaths and not cards. So anyway, I kept going, is that Florette? It just pretty, beautiful lady, just one of those things. Very, very fun lady. Anyway, we do want to thank our spin sponsors. Thank you so much for giving to our giveaways for our card contributors. We are not sponsored by anybody. We are thankfully have patrons that give us a shekel or two now and again. And actually, we are up to 138, which is remarkable. It really is. It just is astounding to think of 138 people that they say, I like my Friday nights with Craft Roulette. I'm going to give them a few little pennies here and there. Not if you want more information, you can look on our Patreon blog Patreon page down in the description below. We will be acknowledging you guys at the end of the show too. If you like, hey, what do you think? I got a new hoodie. I mean to tell you. You know who I am, coming and going. I did have my Team Purple on last week. Thank you so much again for your response to our neighbor Jody coming on and talking about pancreatic cancer awareness. We really appreciate your kindness. And it sounds like it has hit a lot of families that we have known too. So thank you very, very much for your kindness and help. Have you gotten your purple light? We have our purple light on. It's the best. And we had a little snow the other day, and it looks really pretty in that snow. Just saying. You can have something pretty all year long with a purple light on your front porch. Man, I went through that one really fast. Good for me. Now, here's the Jeopardy final answer. She's been on 8 times. This is her 8th, or that's a dumb answer. She's been on 7 times. Who is it?
Who is Crafty Al?
That's it. Ding, 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 ding. Bring her on from Nebraska. Hey there.
Hello, guys.
There she is. The quintessential
Good to
hello
be back.
jazz hands. It has been since what? Let's see. Time frame. It has been since February. What is the last time you were here?
A long time ago.
Because we did have you as a frequent flyer. Otherwise, you would not be up to 8 visits.
Yes.
So I don't know where the year went.
Yeah, it was just April last week. I don't know where it went.
And these April cold weathers are just terrible, isn't it? Oh, I don't think we had summer, but I'm sure we did. But what you been up to, sister?
Well, I've been on my channel crafting.
And your channel is?
Oh, call me Crafty Al. So if you're not subscribed, I am trying to get to 30,000 by the end of the year.
Oh
so I would love for you to come over and subscribe if you're not already.
How close are you?
About 29.5, I think.
Wow. So, impressive.
Hopefully. So every month or so, Danny and I, or my sister and I, get together for a live on Oh So Inspired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I just recently went to Stamp Joy over the summer. Danny and I did a little crafty road trip, and I vlogged that. Family news: my daughter just got her license the other day and took her first trip alone last night down the street to Starbucks. But otherwise, it's still just me, just chugging along.
When my daughter took her first drive by herself, she got rear-ended. Just not bad, but she did. And then this isn't funny, but it's funny. When we had to put our dog down, she said, "Oh, Mom, I'm worried about you driving after we do that. So I'm going to drive." So we were in the parking lot at the vet's when we left, and she rear-ended. She backed right into somebody, and it cost lots of money. And so when she took me to some doctor's appointments this fall, we made jokes and said, "Okay, now can we just park a little farther out? And is there anything behind us besides curb?" So yes, we had a good time with it. But it sounds like your daughter is off to a better start than my daughter. So good for you.
Yes.
It's
knock on fake wood craft top. Yeah, I've had a few friends who their kids, shortly after they were on their own, were, like, in the school parking lot, more than one, and yeah, they, like, backed up and scraped the person beside them or behind them. So
Yep.
Presley will be parking at the back of the parking lot.
You get your steps in that way. It's all good there. It's
Yeah.
all good. Oh my gosh, it is funny. But I remember a neighbor who had older kids. So, I was going like, oh man, you're not nearly as busy as you used to be, right? And she said, no, but the stakes are so much higher. And I just remember it going, oh, you're right. When I lose control, they gain control, and the stakes go right on up the scale. And yeah, I was haunted by those words. I shouldn't have told you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Now I have
No,
something
but
to keep me
Presley's a
up at
good
night.
kid. Oh, Presley will do that on her own, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, well, it's a new age. It'll be different for you. And another thing that I missed was having them in the car, captive. Because those were good times. You could really lock in with them.
I am looking forward to, though, hey, go to the grocery store and get me this. I am looking
Right?
forward to that.
Yeah, yeah,
Or, run to Walmart and pick this up. We'll see.
yeah. But park way down in the parking lot.
Just walk from here, actually. You'll be good.
Sounds like a good plan. So you have been on the show 7 times. You were the first person to ever ask to be on the show. And we put you on right away. We put you
Am
on
I the
that
only
Friday.
one? Is that like an exclusive thing? Am I the only one who's ever asked?
The first. You were the first.
Okay. All right. So I'm not the only. Okay.
Not
good.
anymore. But you are the first, and that makes you special in our books. And you have been here. You were the first guest crafter to come to the house. I've had several since,
Yes.
but you were the first, and we went to IKEA together, and I'm looking forward to your next trip down here,
I
which was last
know.
weekend.
It was, but I did
But-
not have any time except, well, we did go to IKEA Sunday, but on Saturday we had goals that we had to get to.
Yeah, yeah. And you weren't alone. So that makes
No,
sense.
I was not.
Yeah, yeah. What are you hoping for tonight?
Just to be able to make a card. I always get so nervous.
I know you
Yeah,
do.
I just hope to have fun, honestly. It's coming here to have fun. The card is, I think, secondary to that. I love seeing everybody over here in the chat.
Aren't they nice?
Yes.
Yes.
Just getting to visit with you and Steven beforehand, and yeah, I'm just here for
You-
fun.
I like that. Do you think have you ever used a sheet load design on one of the show cards?
Was I here around my birthday, and that was an option that people could do, because I did have a few craft roulette send me a birthday card. But I think that was like a side challenge.
I
Like
think so.
I think they could use the sketch if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think so.
But I
Well,
myself,
maybe-
I do not think I have.
I don't think you have either. I'm going to start coughing. So,
Okay.
before I do that, or shortly after, we're going to come back and do the announcements of the people that have done achievements. We are going to celebrate them, and we are going to get to that wheel so you don't have to spend a lot of time being nervous, because once you get started, you'll be fine. But first, you had a question.
I do. I have been wondering, what is craft roulette?
Gosh, you did that well. We'll be right back. Thank you, Crafty Al. Thank you, Chatterbox. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Let's do this.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week, we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
Yep, that's what we do every Friday night, 6:30 Central Time. And you really, seriously, are always invited. If you don't like it, it's fine. You don't have to stay here. But if you do like paper crafts, we really think, give us a try. We're really quite fun. Caveat exemptor. We are addictive. So that's all I've got to say. We like to celebrate around here, and one of the things that we celebrate are achievements. We are going to give a shout out to our first timers from last week's show, our 0 heroes, and those are the people who have sent in 10, 20, 30, etc. cards. Leading ladies for the week, Club 52 and Mug Club. But we don't have anybody this week for Mug Club, but we've got some humdingers coming up here. We've got a twofer next week. So excited. Yep, we had 149 contributions last week, so we are up to 10,542. Don't forget to go over and subscribe to Crafty Al's YouTube channel too. Those kind of big numbers make me think of Crafty Al every time. If you put all those cards on top of each other, it would be the same as a 5-story building of cards. So outstanding job, everyone. So impressive. I made a card, and I did. You guys will notice that I added something. I added more than that, too. I have a puppy on the front, and I added a puppy on the inside, too, with a little bird. It turned out super fun. Thank you again, Sis, for sending in that cute little stamp set. I saw it there, and I thought, oh, this card is way too plain. It needs a puppy. So it was perfect. Thank you so much. The project was a window card. You guys did a great job. Colors were red, yellow, +1, plus our Craft Roulette neutrals. Element was November, which really brought out different things because we have Southern Hemisphere and Northern Hemisphere. And you had to use 3 circles. The 3 circles ended up often being part of the window card, which was very clever. We love double dipping, appreciate your cleverness. And we had all sorts of styles too. We've got clean and simple, we've got mixed media, we've got grunge, we've got all sorts of stuff going on. That is one of my favorite things about Craft Roulette is there's no one style. You get to see it all right here. It's like, I don't know. It's not like anything I know about, but I just love it. I love that you get to express yourself. Anyway, that was my card. That's Charlene Madrid. She knows how to express herself pretty good too, doesn't she? What a fun lady she is. She made this card, and it just made making cards look very simple. Not only that, but making beautiful cards look very simple. And you can see how she used the parameters to make her card. She's a hoot and a holler. I just adore her. Thank you, Charlene, so much for being on the show again. And making us also inspired with your pretty, pretty card. Okay, this part's on a timer. And we will start. Look, just one second.
I think my mom should take a break from reading the names so she can speak later. So we're gonna take a break this time. So here's the...
Like I can do that?
Yep.
When did that start? That's Mr. Producer.
Here are the slides.
You should do it. First timers.
Okay, go ahead.
Stephanie Ewing. I can't. Jessie B. I'll just say very few things. Cute. 0 Heroes. 10. Sharon Ware. Tamra A. She drew all that. So cute. Natasha R. See, isn't that cool? Okay, I got this one written down. Marika. 10. Pretty name. Vicky E. has sent in 20. Oh, yeah. Sire has sent in 30, and he has a process video to go along with this. You can find that on the episode. Carmen Broxma has sent in 30. She also has a process video. So you can see what they think. 50 cards, Gail Otto. That was my get well card from her. No, it was a thanks card. Smurf Murphy is a twin contributor with 99. She's a leading lady. And she's a twin contributor with Jackie M, 99. Both of them are going to join the Mug Club next week. Kathy Herring, 103. I can hear her cat. 5K Lamone with 105. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis with 116. Very pretty. Week after week. And Patty Beck, 133 cards consecutive. Many of those are consecutive. Unbelievable. Week after week after week. Jean Addis has joined the 52 Club 52, which has no special privileges, no perks, no lounge, no nothing. It's just knowing that you have sent in a year's worth of cards, not consecutively, but a year's worth of cards to Crafty Roulette, which is pretty darn cool. So, isn't that great? There wasn't a very long list this time. So, yeah, Kendra, I like watching Sire's videos too. It's fun to see what they think through, and they're not always just quote-unquote process. Sometimes they're just very simple. This is my card. This is what I was thinking. And it's good that way. So, anyway. And we include them. You need to include some information about Crafty Roulette, but we include them on our episodes too. So, anyway, yeah, it's fun. Do you remember when Crafty Al's kitty showed up last time?
Back.
Let's bring her back, and the cat too.
No more rude appearances from Lyndon. I set her down.
Lyndon mooned us all last time.
Well, hold on, Mary. Let's see if I can. After that,
yes, the butt of the cat.
Yes, if you can't tell around me, I love Hamilton, and so Mary, after my cat mooned everybody, drew me as a Hamilton character, and then there's my cat with her little gem covering up
bum
her
ring, bum
parts.
gem.
Yeah.
Yes. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best for Lyndon. It couldn't be just a nouveau drop. It had to be a gem.
Yes. A diamond.
I forgot about that. That was so funny. And you open it up on your channel, and because at the end of the month you open up your mail, and I laughed out loud when you were doing that. It was just, and I also laughed when I was making it, and I also laughed when I was sending it because I knew you would giggle.
I have it right up there where I can see it all the time when I'm down here crafting. So I love it.
Art makes a difference, doesn't it? Well, I don't know if you can count that art, but that's okay. Yes, you still love Hamilton?
I do. I still do, but I will tell you, Hades Town they're like neck and neck. I see Ellen's going to go see it on Broadway. That's like my dream, to see like a Broadway show on Broadway.
Ooh.
So.
Who did you saw, Mr. Producer saw.
I saw In the Heights, the precursor to Hamilton on Broadway.
Yeah.
And who sat in front of you?
Britney Spears.
And she was going, bye, 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 when they left. No, I don't think so. But it would have been fun if she had. Okay, Lyndon, let's see how many cards how many cards do you have up there? There's 4.
Let's see. It's like a Godzilla back here with the cards. You're going to behave,
we'll see how
aren't
many she can knock down. She's a pretty kitty. Yeah. Well, there we go. Yep, it's always fun to see a cat on the show. We can't get enough of those crazy animals. Well, Shall we start talking parameters?
We can, yes. If
How
you're
are
ready,
those
I will
hands?
be.
How are those hands? Are they sticky?
It's not my hand.
Well, okie doke. Yeah, all right.
That's why I'm not wearing a jacket down here in the basement. I don't need one.
Because we heat you up with our fear. So are we going to have a night where we need stretchy pants or really stretchy pants? We're going to be fine. You know the game. You know how to work this. Yeah. We're going to be spinning.
Just got to make a card.
That's right. It's easy. You can do it in your sleep. But don't.
Sometimes I do make cards in my sleep, so...
Oh, I was doing surgery
them.
in a dream last night with my pokey tool, and I don't know why. But that was, I was thinking, I could do a little surgery with this. Not a good idea. Probably has all sorts of nasty glue on it. Anyway, we're going to be spinning for Project Colors, Element, and Random. We are looking forward to seeing we're looking forward, boy, are we ever, to doing an art project based on 4 of those parameters. Plus, you are always invited to play along too. So, as you can see, there's 24 in each of those categories. We do, like I said earlier, we are supported by our patrons. And one of the things that they get to do is vote off a color, an element, and a random each and every week. We call them vetoes. That means that the wheel cannot dictate to us that to use that vetoed item. If we land on it, we will spin again. But if you think you have to use that item, if it doesn't forbade you to do it, you can use it. Such as, I did add number 24 in random, says don't add a cat. I don't know, I think I was coming down with the cold, the phlobe, and I did add that, but it did make me feel better. I had to laugh. So, you wouldn't be able to override that veto, but most of them are positive vetoes. They're not negative, like don't do that. That's all. Anyway, it'll be fine. So the patrons this week for color said I gave them all blue choices. They were rebelling. They were threatening protest. I was saying, well, should I put protest placards on for element? I don't know. Maybe I erased that. I thought that might have been a fever thing. But blue +2, they said, no, we don't want, well, we really do want blue +2, but we're not going to have it on the board this week. Straw for element. There it is. And for random, they said no to book page. Have you gotten book page before, Crafty Owl?
I don't know that it was on like one I was on, but I did play along one time at least, I think, remember. Where we got book page. I think. Yeah. Maybe it was my live, but... Yeah.
Okay. For those who are saying boo blue, we want blue, there's still lots of blue options. Don't worry. You can use blue. It's just that the wheel can't make us use blue +2, and there's no parameter that says don't use blue. So you can use blue, especially if you get a +1, +2, you can throw it in there. You're good. It's fine. Blue's one of my favorite colors too. Well, let's give this guy a warm up. Oh, I forgot. Crafty Owl always gives a veto.
I was this close to not tonight, because since I'm kind of here representing or playing with Not Too Shabby stuff, since they're one of the spin sponsors, I really wanted to use Not Too Shabby stamps. So I got out all my stamps and I went through all the parameters. The only one I do not have is large animal. So okay. I'll have to veto that one.
That's fair enough. That is a very thoughtful approach, by the way. Jamie, if you're here, I don't think I've seen you, but oh, you are here, or were here. She's a very thoughtful person. Anyway, well done. You have even had family discussions on your vetoes.
Yes.
You take it very seriously.
You know I'm pretty darn serious, Mary.
I do.
I like the rules.
I know. That's what elementary schools will do to you. 11 for our project, a birthday card. Oh, good. That's always fine. Oh, Jamie is here. Hey, Jamie.
Hello, Jamie.
Number 4, 3, bright and cheery. That's kind of your style. And it can be blue. Pots, pans, or pots, pans, bowls. You always have the best reactions.
I almost vetoed that one.
Well, we'll talk about it. And random. I thought, the week before Thanksgiving, people talking kitchens. Blocks. Block or blocks?
I was with you for those first two. I'm like, birthday card, bright and cheery, perfect.
Yeah, birthday card with pots and pans and bowls.
Wow.
Okay, well, we have maybe a little stretchier pants on that we need tonight. Better now than before Christmas. Cookies I'll fill in. Yeah, Lena Marie says, large animals don't look so bad now, do they?
Okay, and then you know how you can always think outside the box, right, with your parameters. So I was going to get a little bit naughty with pot, but I do not have any marijuana leaves.
I'm amazed that your mind went there so fast. It's
Well, I'm
obviously a mind that is not infiltrated with pot.
Well, I'm just looking at what else I could make into, what other meanings those words could have, and that was the first one that popped into my mind.
Right. Okay. Well, let's talk about each and every one of them. Do you send a lot of birthday cards?
No, I'm awful about that. You would think that I would be sending cards to everyone.
I know.
If I send them, they're late.
Oh, yeah. Or very, very early. But never on time. Never on time. Do you feel like when you do send them, do you feel like you have to make a special one? Or can you pull one out of the stash?
It depends who it is, but usually I can pull one out of the stash, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so birthday cards we're just going to have to stick a happy birthday on there, or candles coming out of a pot. Birthday cakes being made from a bowl. That might help. Let me see what we've got here in the chat, because I saw some good ideas going by.
Ice cream.
A pot of gold is a good idea. Bowl of ice cream, flower pot.
I saw the bowl of ice cream, but then I thought with pot, I then thought of flower pot too, so I might have to go that route.
Pan
and just make a birthday card.
Michelle, bowl of ice cream, blocks. We haven't even gotten there yet. Oh my gosh. I think, those are kind of where we're going on these ideas. I like them though. Flower pot's very good, because you can always do something birthday-ish with a flower pot. But often, birthday cake too. So you can always go along the idea of birthday cakes. 3 bright and cheeries. That's good with birthdays. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just in my head. So my husband works for Google and he's on night shift this week. And he jokingly said, I'm just going to turn the internet off when you're on your live. Maybe if he turned it off now, I could get out of this pots and pans.
No, absolutely not. Oh,
we'll get through it.
We just got a really good idea. Teapot. That may be a save the day kind of thing.
Yes, I know I have a teapot in there. Yeah. That might be it.
See, that might be a saving grace right there.
Brenna?
Monica Taylor, that smart grunge queen. Okay, well done. She's smart. She knows what it's like to be in these shoes. On the stool. Yeah. 3 bright and cheery. You're a rainbow girl. Can you narrow it down to 3 of your faves?
Oh, that's true. I will have to narrow it down. Yes, well, I could use red, yellow, and blue and make
All sorts
a
of colors.
rainbow.
All sorts of colors. Oh, a potty. Now that you're one, you'll want
A
to start
toilet
using
bowl.
the potty. Oh,
Yes.
the tidy man is back. A bedpan is always nice on a birthday card, isn't it? Yes. Mr. Producer suggested that. He's just giggling over there.
Block letters.
You know the gun children's cards, the ones that I make for them, I never make them cards. I make them scrapbooks. They're bigger, but I never make cards for my family.
I like who Danica just asked if block letters would work.
Ooh,
I might have
sure.
just came up with an idea.
Looky there, you're coming
Thank
together
goodness
really
for
fast.
the chatter boxes.
Oh, they are the best. They keep us on. Yep, they keep us going. Otherwise, we're just, oh, look at my son Russ with all those crying faces. I'll make you a card, honey. But anyway, okay, so pants.
What else could blocks be, though?
Blocks could be
like a tablecloth with checkered pattern.
Oh, a tablecloth with it. Did you say that? Did you have your microphone on? Oh, okay. Then I won't repeat it.
I also thought about masking off maybe 3 squares on the front of the card and having like blocks like that was another thought until the block letters.
Yeah, just I was thinking that too, where you could have the 3 different, or you could have different blocks, and then you could put some other things, birthday cards.
Yeah,
and
or just
stuff in
using
it.
3 different squares and stamping on them,
Right,
just something in each square.
Something simple. Doesn't have to be super complicated. The 3 circles really turned out to be a great thing last week. They used them very cleverly. Sometimes the random's kind of a throwaway, but this one you're going to have to address, I think, a little bit. Maybe you have some square gems. They could be blockish. A block party, where you have a birthday party on a block. What else comes in block? A block of cheese.
City streets, city blocks.
City blocks. I don't know how you could tie that in with pots and pans and birthday card, but power to you. Let's do this. A robot, yes, has a blockhead. Very well. Oh, by the way, if you weren't on the Facebook group, please join us over on the Facebook group. But if you weren't on the Facebook group this week, somebody, Hannah, I'm so sorry, I forgot who, found at Hobby Lobby some pretty good sized robot nutcrackers. So I think they may be watching the show. I mean, honestly, that's a pretty interesting mashup. Robot nutcrackers. They were kind of cute on it. An engine block. There you go. Block letters. And I was thinking also, like, kids have those they had all those little blocks. So you could put like a block letter 3 or whatever on, and you don't have to, and it says block, so you only have to have 1. So we're very benevolent around here. By the way, you can always use the neutrals, which the Craft Roulette neutrals are black, gray, white, cream, tan, craft, brown, and we throw in metallics because we're that kind of people. So I think we've got a lot to work with. And 3 bright, and like you said, you can always mix colors, and you can get all sorts of colors out of 3. So we should be good. Are you feeling confident? How are those
I
pits?
don't know that I'd go that far.
Confidence.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Goal. Right, yeah. I get it. I do. I get it. Oh, somebody said an igloo. Sire said an igloo. Oil pan. My gosh, you guys. Engine block. Yeah, this could be a great dude thing, couldn't it?
Oh.
Wow, you guys are heavy. Heavy hitters in the chatter box tonight, which is good because I'm still suffering from my flold. All right, let's do this thing, shall we?
Let's
Okay,
go.
We're gonna get ready and make a card. But first, from my friends at Fun University, here's a fun infomercial. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's have fun. Do you find crafting hard? Are you stuck on one of those pesky parameters? Do you feel like the wheel is watching you while you craft? We have the solution for you. Hi, I'm Mary Gunfun. While I'm busy gathering my supplies, I just wanted to tell you about my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/fununiversity. We break down the parameters and talk about them at a more in-depth level. We also pick one tricky one to concentrate on and do a deep dive into it. But that's not all. We do our mail call every week on the channel as well. So if you wanted to send me a card or a package, send it to this address and I'll share it on the show. We're live almost every Tuesday night on youtube.com/fununiversity. We also do some celebration there because we will review our last week's achievement board. That's youtube.com/FUNN University. No easy or complicated payments, no COD. Just show up and have fun. If you have too much fun, please call a friend immediately and invite them over to have fun with you. Normal postage and handling rates do apply. This ad was not paid for by anybody. We hope Mary is ready because I can't stretch this out any longer. Now back to the show.
Lisa Hall just said wood block stamp.
Wood block stamp is a great idea. You know, most of us use a block to stamp too. So if you don't use your Misty, you could use a block. I'm looking for a happy birthday stamp. I would be surprised if I don't have one, but you know, other things have happened. There's one. That's good. Good enough. All right. Well, the plan, gang. I've got 3 colors. Plus my neutrals. That's good. I do have a nice little happy birthday here. That'll be easy. And then are these birthday pots and pans? Instapots. I was thinking I had more baking kind of things, but maybe not. But I do have these old bowls, and I bet you that's what I was thinking of. I've used these guys before. So I think we'll just use different colors. Maybe this will be Russell's birthday card, since he wants a birthday card. And then happy birthday right there. Do some blocks around my bright and cheery colors, which I need tonight because it's just been dreadfully cold. But what shall they be? A bright blue. My stamp pads are like, I got them out today and I thought, oh my gosh, they are quite dry. Quite dry. There's 2 blues. They have already succumbed to the furnace. Hello, what other colors are bright and lovely? Bright and, I thought we were really going to have a walk in the park with a birthday card and 3 bright and cherries, and then something happened.
It's not hard.
Just have to stretch just a little more. But stretching's good. It's yoga for the card maker. These are bright, right? Instapot. Looks like, yes, I did get out some teapots. But I thought I might go more, and some little teacups. This is really cute. But I think I'm gonna make this simple. I'm giving myself a break. So you guys excited about these? Oh yes, the Gunn family. Okay, so I think it was Brenda Anderson that sent me a card this week. And my husband went out to the post office, to Martin City Post Office, which is the very best post office in Kansas City, and picked up my mail. And she had a to-do list, and I was quite surprised at how much she knew about my life. It was really sweet that she would know that much and care that much to even remember it. But I'll share it on Tuesday. And I'm sorry I didn't come to class on Tuesday. But it just didn't happen. I was a mess. Crafty Al, how are you doing? Okay, bring her on. And I do see some of the wonderful product from Not Too Shabby.
Oh, and here's my second kitty cat wanting to get in on things. Yes, so
Wow.
I am trying my best to use Not Too Shabby tonight. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided to go with a teapot.
Okay.
And then I thought I would do 3 different squares for my blocks and do a couple of the smaller images on the side. For my happy birthday, I'm going to be using a set that I designed for Not Too Shabby.
Yeah.
A little happy birthday.
I remember
And
that.
I think I might use my gingham background builder and
That's
kind of
cute.
do a rainbow somehow in the background. We'll see.
Okay. All right. You are well on your way. See, you do this like you're a pro.
I just got to make a card. It'll be okay.
Yes. That is such a good way to look at it. It's just a card. We're not doing brain surgery, but if you are, I could probably help you. I do have a pokey tool. Gosh, that was a weird dream, and I wasn't even frightened by the fact that I was doing surgery. That's kind of weird. Grandma Gay thanks you for coming back.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
I think
Like
she
coming
means
home.
from the
parameters.
parameters.
From break. Oh, I thought she's just so excited to see me back on here.
Oh, well, she probably
Thanks
is.
everybody for coming back after the break.
she's such a little sweet encourager. Okay, so Susan Smurf, the epic Smurf Murphy. Listen to this one. Bowl full of jelly. Santa. Christina, did you see that? She's looking out for you. That's remarkable. Well done. We may have lost Crafty Al's audio. I don't hear her rummaging or anything. This may not be the prettiest card I've ever made, but it's going to be a fast one. Crafty Al! I don't think we can hear you. Well, maybe she didn't come back, Grandma Gay. Maybe she went ahead and left. Oh, dear.
You know, guys?
Oh, yeah.
There she is.
Okay. Okay, let's hope that works. I'm over here just like chatting away, and then you're like, I can't hear her. Tonight's not the night for me not to be able to talk.
No, I just had to mute myself and clear the channels. I think I'll do that on something else. Well, you know
I think-
what? This is kind of a funny set of stuff, but I think it's going to be really great for what we get to see.
And one of my favorite things to do is to add color without coloring images. So that's what I'm going to try to do tonight as well. I'm going to leave my main images just black and white.
I like that too. That's very popular. Good deal. So I'm ending up with a very short, or I think this will be a very fast card. How are you doing? You're usually
I was
pretty
thinking
fast.
mine might be too fast. It depends how the background goes. That's the only part that in my head I'm kind of iffy on.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I think
right?
just stamping and...
My blocks are coming. They're going to be a surprise. And that's not like a surprise to me because I really do know.
Okay.
But it would be not beyond me not to know, but I do know. So I think these are fun.
Yeah.
We'll have so many different varieties of pots and pans. Maybe it will be a great one to do a drawing of all the things we got. Okay. Ooh, there's a bugger on this one. Not good. Okay. Okay, let's test this guy for nicks and bruises. No, it's not enough ink. Well, since
I feel like I more.
Since we're both maybe... Ooh, that's kind of dry too. What the heck? What the heck? I wonder if silver would be good on this. Jazz it up for some birthday. Let's try it. And what is she doing? What is she doing? There we go. Just line it. Start there. We do have some thoughtful questions.
All right. I'm always ready for some questions. I might not have thoughtful answers, though.
Oh, I would be surprised if you didn't, because you're a very thoughtful person, just like the fact that you went through all your stamps to see if you could hit all the parameters with Jamie's product line.
Yes, and I could, except that large animal.
Never do that. Oh, those large animals. You might actually find something, though. You didn't know that was... You got zoo animals one time.
Yes.
What'd you do for that?
I used a flamingo die, I think. I was worried, like, I don't have any zoo animals, but I did.
I know. See, that's kind of one of those surprise elements. That's the surprise element of Craft Roulette. Is finding stuff in your stash.
Yeah. It's the best for getting your stash out and using it.
Well, and I hear that people are now buying their product based on parameters. They're like parameter shoppers.
So they're all ready if something odd comes
ready.
up.
Because a lot of them stay on for a long time.
Yeah.
Some of them I just am so stubborn, I just leave them on until we get them.
Like Robot? Did you ever get Robot? Or did it keep getting... Okay.
We did. We got Robot, and it ended up being one of my worst cards ever.
Oh.
Totally. No, for real. I'm not being falsely modest. Usually I would just say, oh, my cards are okay. But No, it was like the pits. And Therese Calvert was our guest, and she made this really clever card. And I didn't mind being second fiddle at all, because hers was just so good. And Ticket was the random, so it was kind of it was a weirdo, but it was okay.
Now, I think I kind of remember it now that you say it had a ticket with it. I do. Mm-hmm. I don't remember your card, but I remember that those parameters came up.
That's good you don't remember. Hers had a little robot. It was kind of a monster robot that she kind of just worked into being a robot. And then she actually drew the little ticket slot with a ticket coming out of its belly. I mean, that was just good. That was just on your feet running good.
Gonna have to do a mini slimline, it looks like, to fit my blocks.
Oh, there you go. I'm drawing in this grid for my blocks. I don't know if that counts, but it's square blocks. Is Deputy Heidi here? Am I going to get away with this? I think it would work. Oops, I just went into my bowl. Started going too fast. Second to the last line, and I got careless. So how would you describe yourself? You're because you do have your sheet loads.
Yes.
So do you think of yourself as a technician, as a designer? What do you think?
I'm trying to get away from it, but I would say formulaic and structured.
Well, you're in the right place.
I like to, same thing with my clothing. I like to find something that works and stick with it, so if I find a sketch, I like to stick with it.
Right.
If I like a shirt, I get it in every color. Mm-hmm. But I am trying to branch out and get a little messy. I am really enjoying stencils. I am trying to learn how to do alcohol ink. At Stamp Joy, we took a class, and that is definitely not structured. You have to be able to let go for alcohol inks.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You're driving without headlights.
Yes. Ooh. I'm going to make this work, but I almost think I should go with like a regular slimline, but this is going to work.
Oh,
speaking of Stamp Joy. Okay.
Yes, you just got back from Stamp Joy.
I did, and I am sharing the entire journey over on my channel, so I would love for you to watch it. It's fun. My daughter ended up going with me, and we had tons of fun. She has made cards before, but this was like her first time really crafting, so we had a good time.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Definitely a great memory.
Yes.
I'm glad you were able to do it. Formulaic and what did you say it was? Formulaic and methodic?
Structured. Structure. I love structure and rules. So
yeah. I see that in your cards, but I think I have also noticed you've had a lot of growth in your crafting.
Well, thank you. I'm glad. I'm really trying to go beyond just pattern paper and sentiments. I'm trying to. I do a little bit of coloring. I've even splattered on cards recently. I mean, come on, that's wild and crazy. That's wild and crazy.
There are stamps that look like splatters if you ever feel like that's just over the top, out of control.
I definitely have stamps that look like splatters. In fact, in the set I designed, so I wouldn't be so structured there, I got some splatters. So
you did, yeah, abstract blobs too. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. See?
You went wild. So, do you wake up in the middle of the night with these thoughts, or do you, when you're just...
No, they usually keep me from going to sleep.
Ooh,
You know.
that's too
But then
bad.
I forget them by the morning, so.
Yeah. I come up with great ideas in the middle of the night, too. But they're not very good in the morning.
Oh, I've had those too where I'm like, what was I thinking?
Don't trust me anymore. I used to think I was okay, but I don't know anymore. Well, let me cough just a second.
Okay.
There we go. Mary Youngblood, patron Mary Youngblood asks, how do you decide what to do for your sheet load sketches? And if you don't know about sheet load sketches, could you describe them?
Sure. So what I'm probably most well known for, if that's the right wording, is my sheet load of cards, which is a free printable that I put out each month. And as long as you're a subscriber, you can download it. And it's usually 2 pages. There's a sketch on the first page with a supply list. The sketch is new each month, and we'll switch up sometimes using 12 by 12 or 6 by 6 paper. But I give you the sketch, and then on the second page, I have cutting guides that show you how to cut your paper to make the most of it or make a sheet load of cards. And that's usually anywhere from like 6 to 12, depending on the paper size and the sketch. And I debut them on the first of the month. I do the process video on the second. And then throughout the month, like my design team shares theirs, and I share sometimes alternatives. But the sketches come about in a couple different ways. Sometimes I seriously like, especially with my 6 by 6 paper ones, I will make a 6 by 6 artboard and just figure out how I can chop that up. And then I will use those pieces for a card. Other times I just kind of play around with sketches. You know, sometimes I'll be sketching out a card in Illustrator and I'll be like, oh, well, I don't like that exact placement. So then I'll move bits of that same card around and come up with even new sketches. I don't know if that made sense or was helpful. Yeah. Yeah, like I might start out with one idea and it ends up with like, 6 different possibilities. Yeah.
Darn my mic! Can be glad that I had it muted so that you didn't hear me blow my nose. What I was just saying, but however, Crafty Al did a good job of explaining what her sheet loads is. And what I was saying was this is an art project in our mind, and we want you to express yourself with these 4 parameters and always send in a card. Because if you don't send in a card, we don't know what inspiration you have to share. And that would be a shame. So we'll talk to you more about how to do that at the end of the show. But sheet loads is a great way to, if you have trouble with design layouts, sheet loads is a great place to visit.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say one thing about sheet load is it's good for beginners and it is good for people who've been card making for decades.
I know a lot of people use it when they're making lots of cards.
Yes. Making sets for people, or if you like to donate cards, it's great for that. This month, I'll show you what it is.
Yeah.
Can
Lyndon bring it over?
was 3 pieces of 12 by 12 paper, and I show you how to get 18 cards from it.
Good
And this is
heavens.
kind of a special one where it's a
Mm-hmm.
split panel card.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, look at all those cards that they're all ready to go now.
That's great for Christmas cards or donating.
Yes.
Really great. Those are cute too.
Thank you.
And you do let your paper do your work on that one. It's
Definitely, yes.
You know, let me tell you something too. I've learned a lot of people have a lot of pattern paper. I don't know if you've heard this,
Yes.
but I have heard rumors of like rooms full of pattern paper.
It would not
So
surprise me.
Yeah. So there's lots of ways you can use it. You don't, however, you don't waste your paper when you do yours.
Yeah, I mean, there are some that don't use all of the pattern paper,
Mm-hmm.
but I do try to use the most of it. You can always use the scraps on the inside or to add, maybe decorate your envelopes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it was a birthday card. I got to figure out somewhere to add the happy birthday.
It's always the fourth one. It doesn't matter if the fourth one is the first one, the second one, or third or fourth. It's always that one card.
I was going to make mats to go behind these, but I don't think I have room. I'm just going to pop that up.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's very
But I
birthday-ish.
also...
But you've got your cake there.
Because I think I have it all. I have my 3 bright colors, my blocks, my pot. It's just happy birthday. I've got to figure out.
You should be able to add a happy birthday pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, this is going to be a Pesach birthday cake. So to speak.
And you said, Mary, about when you were talking about it doesn't matter what level you are to, submit a card here at Craft Roulette, and you talked about being inspired by others. Mm-hmm. I agree with that, and I think no matter your level of artistry or how long you've been doing this, you can always inspire someone else to get creative.
That's right.
I mentioned the live that we do, Oh So Inspired, and that is exactly what we do. We pick a piece and then we make something that we took inspiration from in any way. And it could be as simple as a color combo or trying to, recreate the card almost.
Right, and that's a fun thing that you guys do. I've played with you. Usually, oftentimes, you'll have it scheduled later in the day when I've had a all Zoom call or a club fun call, and I'm usually wiped out. So
yes.
I can't do this one, but I do watch a little bit of it when I can.
We always love to have you stop by. I see you every once in a while there in the audience.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. It's a great time. Well, do you see my grid now? Or my blocks? My blocks are my grid. I think that works.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And are those bowls that you just stamped there, like a little pattern?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, falling bowls. Don't stand under those. They'll break your head open. Well, that wasn't too hard. And then you could do that with all sorts. Look at this paper, though. I found that's perfect for a card.
Oh, that is.
For blocks. I may have to use that for a second card. But there you go. There's too much pink for you, Russ. You'd have to have all blue. Sharon Ware from Prickly Pear Stamps asks, I love your name, Crafty Al. Who first gave you that name? I love that name too.
Well,
it's a Paul Simon reference, right?
It is, yes. So if you know the song Call Me Al by Paul Simon, I used to be like way big into videos, and that one Chevy Chase was in it with him. And at one point when I worked at Kinko's, one of the people there called me Al. And I always thought that was kind of fun. So, like call me Al. But I had to throw in that Crafty, for my back then, my blog at the time, to have a fun username. But yes,
Right.
it is totally, you can call me Al.
It is good. I love calling you Al, Crafty Al.
Yes.
I don't think I can even call you by your real name. It just doesn't seem right. I do have you in my email with your real name.
Yeah, I'm that way with Biddy Penny. I have a hard time calling her by her first name.
Yes. Oh, I think it just sounds like some stranger. Stranger danger. We just don't need that. I do have you in my email with your given name, and I never look for you that way. And it's always, wait, why isn't Crafty Al in my email?
Yep. And I've heard about every pronunciation of my name, so it's probably just easier to call me Crafty Al.
I think so. Mucho easier.
All right.
I
now
wish
I've got
I
to
didn't
figure
choose
this
those
out.
colors, but I like them. But I like the idea. Okay. It works. It's happy and bright, cheery and bright. I might make a few.
Yes.
It would be an easy thing to. This would be an easy design to recreate for all sorts of different things. I think so.
Now I'm stuck. Now I don't know. I need to get that happy birthday on there.
Do you have a smaller one? So that you could just have a little strip?
Well, I thought about putting this on, maybe I'll do it on a vellum banner, because then you can still see the teapot behind it. Oh.
Right.
And apparently I never really stuck my card front to my card base. Okay.
Or you could just have happy or another little wishing.
I'm gonna see about vellum, see if that'll work out.
Mm-hmm. Add a candle to the cake, that would cover it. So expressive paper, Kathy Pisapati, you're giving us a warning on Amazon toilet paper? She ordered some toilet paper from Amazon, and when she got them, it was the size that could fit in a dollhouse.
Oh,
so
no.
There is a benefit to actually buying things at a store. You don't get quite the surprise sometimes. No, that's too bad. Do you have a dollhouse?
How did it get to toilet paper?
That one I didn't see. I don't know.
I think they were talking about how bad it would have to be during a shortage to sacrifice patterned paper.
Oh. All right.
It'd be bad. It'd be bad. We like pattern paper. This would be cute too, with little colored in squares too, with just black and white outline stamps, and then some and color in the grid. Yeah, there's some Edgar Allan potential there. Well, this one's got a little birthday cake. I can start a smaller one. Maybe I'll make it an artist size that will be smaller.
There you go. You probably won't have to craft much longer. I'm almost done, Mary.
You're fine. No hurry. No. We're here. We're here and we're happy. And I'll make this completely different. Oh, that's looking good.
Need a little trimmer. I never thought how I'm going to adhere that, though. Usually I have something to hide the adhesive. Mm.
Go big or go home. I don't know. Sometimes if you spread it out, you can't see it too well.
That's
Sometimes.
true, yeah.
There's some little birthday cakes.
Don't do this at home. I'm going to take the guard off my cutter.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I just had to see where the vellum was. I'll put it back before I
do that
cut.
all the time.
We do not need any blood here on the show.
I don't think anybody has ever bled on the show.
I was the first to ask to come on. Maybe I'll be the first to bleed.
Lead with blood. I did. No, that's right. I think I may have been the only one that's done it.
Oh.
I do have Band-Aids right in the next room.
Good. You're all prepared.
Well, Roberta Sadler, Mrs. Birthday Bob Sadler, asks, why or what got you into card making?
Well, probably the same as a lot of us. My sister, back in, 98, she was living here close to where I live now, actually, and she had started like going to Stampin' Up, like stamping with Stampin' Up stamps. And so, we were crafting, and she showed me how to heat emboss. And it was like magic. I just had to keep going. And what are you going to do with the stamps but make them into a card?
Right.
So
it's the old heat embossing trip down to glory and second mortgages. Yep, that heat embossing. Do you still heat emboss very often?
I mean, I think I go in spurts.
Yeah.
Like, I will go where I don't do it for months, and then every card has to be heat embossed.
Right. What's your favorite heat embossing technique that you find yourself using? Do you know right off? You may not.
Just basic. I like to do the resist, but it seems like every time I try it, it doesn't resist like it should. Like my embossing powder ends up the color of whatever ink I put over it. But I do like to see that. All right. I decide I'm just going to put a trio of enamel dots around my sentiment, and then I'm going to hide the adhesive behind that.
There you go. Oops, wrong ink. That's okay. She also has a second part to her question.
Okay.
And yes, we've all entered somehow or other, right? Oh, Grandma Gay says she was afraid to do heat embossing, but when she did, it was magic. Yep. The gateway drug is right, Ann Shackles.
For sure.
Her second part of her question is, what caused you to start doing or come up with the idea of sheet loads?
Well, again, I love structure, and I love having a formula. Well, years ago, and they are still popular, are one-sheet wonders, where you would cut that single piece of 12 by 12 into lots of different pieces and then make it into multiple cards that look different. But again, when I find a sketch I like, I want to use it all the time. So I wanted to find a way to just make the most of my paper using a single sketch. So that was it. The rest is history.
You do like structure. What do you
Yeah,
have?
which
What else in your house is structured like this to this degree?
really nothing else. You know, like I am not like it's not like I take extra good care, you know, like cleaning up all the time or keeping things organized. I don't know what it is.
No minimal mom kind of thing.
Mhm. What was I was gonna say something. I lose my train of thought a lot lately.
Oh, how dare your
Maybe
thought?
maybe it'll come back to me.
Yeah, probably at 2 in the morning.
Structure and how
exactly.
you came up with sheet loads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was
Mm.
it structure and how you came up with sheet loads
Oh,
then?
I know what it was. Some of you may not know that sheet load is actually like I first came out with it in like 2007 and it was like a multi-page e-zine at the time and you could get it on my blog. Well,
Oh.
about 12 years ago I stopped doing it and it was close to 10 years, you know, when I quit to when I started back up. And by then, I had my YouTube channel, so I decided that that's how I would get it out to the public. So some people have actually came back and found me from, you know, back in like the 2007, 2009 days. They're like, "Oh, I'm so glad I found you again."
Oh,
I took a little
I had no
hiatus.
idea.
Yeah.
That is I had no idea. That's very cool. You are structured. See how structured you are?
Yeah.
Do you make a lot of lists?
I do like a list. I really
Yeah.
do like a list. I like to have a notebook. I'll get in these fits where I'll write down everything I'm going to do every day. Now, they don't always get checked off. That's the thing. I love to make lists. I don't always accomplish them.
Right. Right. But if you didn't have the list, you probably would have accomplished even less.
I don't know. Maybe I'm spending too much time making the list. I
Oh,
should just
I
get on
like
the.
a good list. I
Well, I
do.
think I'm done. I think we're good to go.
Oh my goodness gracious. We did it fast. I even am well on my second card.
Yeah, I see that.
I
I always have to
don't
go back and watch
remember.
because I never really get to watch you while I'm working.
Well, I know. It's true. We were talking about that. I watch every show with my red pen to say, "Oh, you forgot this, you forgot that. You need to go. You said it well this time. You forgot
Aw.
that." Yeah, I edit myself. But it's
Put your card down and zoom
but I can learn that way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I could be making the same mistakes over and over. Okay, I am going to put this down here and bring down my camera. Whoopsie. And get off frame. This is my original one, which was, you can see it's Happy Birthday. 3 bright and cheery are pink, blue, and green. Pots, pans, and bowls. I chose bowls, and for my blocks, I ended up with silver linings and then made a grid out of it. You know, this would be cute with some little silver spoons in it too, which I do not have, but I could draw. That might make that, and I may end up making a little shading on that because it's so flat. It's like Western Kansas. It's so flat.
Did you make that background on that?
Yeah.
I thought that was pattern paper. How did you do that so quickly? I totally did not see that. Oh my goodness.
I
You're so
I make
artsy.
lists and grids. I love grids. I have this history of you're a patron. You can go find all the grid lessons I've taught. I was like, oh no, I didn't mean to make another grid lesson. Darn it! I really want to use something chaotic, but no, it goes back. Did you ever play Tetris?
Oh, I love Tetris.
Uh-huh.
And I have a game. Hold up. I got to look at this game on my phone that I play every Block Blast. It's kind of like
Ooh.
Tetris, but they don't fall down. You just love
Don't
it.
no, don't
Love
say
it.
that. Don't say another word. Don't. I had a real addiction to Tetris at one point, and I cannot do it again.
You know what? I growing up, so the Nintendo was like, we're like Atari, very first generation Nintendo, and you used to be able to rent games from, the local movie place,
Right?
and we would get Tetris, and we would get so into it. We called it getting Tetrisized. Like you would play for so long, and then even when you left, in your mind, you would be putting things together. Let me know if anybody else got Tetrisized.
Tetrasize is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it. I like scrapbooking because I feel like I'm building a Tetris board.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't explode. I can put, here comes a long piece. I'm putting it right over here on the side. Here comes another piece. I'm putting it across. And it doesn't explode. It's very, very satisfying. I feel like I win Tetris every time I make a scrapbook layout.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Grandma Gay has a thoughtful question of the day, and then we'll hear about your card.
All right.
It's thoughtful. You got to be ready. But you're thoughtful. You're good. She asks, what brings the biggest smile to your face, people or paper, or both?
Oh, people. Yeah.
Except some days.
Yeah.
We give you that option to have that.
Now,
buying
paper brings a smile, but people, yeah.
Yeah, I remember going into that little store with you in Shawnee, and when you saw that paper, you just kind of went, oh.
Yeah.
Like you had just walked into the candy store. Yeah.
It was like that.
It was. It was pretty stuff. Pretty stuff. Well, let's hear about your card, Miss Crafty Al.
I'll see if I can zoom in just a little bit further here. I can lift it up. So I made my own background with my 3 bright colors, pink to blue, which, then I got a spectrum here where they meet. Mm-hmm. My blocks, I had 3 different stitch squares, and my teapot in the middle is a little bit bigger because that's one of the parameters, pot. And for my sentiment, so I could see the pot behind it, I used some vellum with Stays On ink. And then I pulled in those 3 colors that I used for ink blending to hide my adhesive. Oh, and the teapot one is popped up.
Yeah. Nice tricks there for a solid card. Well done. I really like it. And you got in your rainbow-esque kind of feel, too.
I did.
So guess your brain,
Hashtag Team Rainbow.
Hashtag Team Orange. But that's okay. We like them all. Yeah. All right. Well, these, funny enough, this is good since I did it on the clamp it paper neutral. All the bright colors got dissolved into the paper, but it's still bright colors that I use on my second card.
Love it.
And then I'm going to put a happy birthday here. And I think if I put some white gel pen in here, it'll look like frosting, like cream cheese frosting. Idea. And that'll brighten it up a little bit. So, okay. All right. Well, I know you probably a half hour ago we thought this was going to be impossible. It obviously isn't. And I think other people are going to want to play too, don't you?
Of course.
Well, let me tell them how, and I got a few other pieces of business, and then we'll come back to say goodnight. That's right. If you want to play along, I hope you do. Use these 4 parameters: birthday card, 3 bright and cheery colors, plus craft roulette neutrals, pots, pans, bowls, or singular thereof, and block or singular thereof. You can send it to craftroulette.live. There is a submission form. It's already up. And you have 48 hours, basically, which is Sunday night till midnight, to send it in. If you're a patron, you have till Thursday night. That's 4 extra days. That's like $1 a week buying time. $1.25 to buy, and because it's for everybody. A $5 patron gets it too. So anyway, it's a fun way to support the show and a fun way for you to get some extra time to send in your card. Plus, this is going to be a busy week coming up with Thanksgiving in the United States. You may want to look into that. All right, that's how you do it. We want you to play along. Don't be shy. Join us. We'd love to meet you. We have some wonderful guests coming up. Karis Young, I think I've been calling her Karis. Karis Young will be joining us next week. She's never been to the wheel, so please join us and be a positive influence and encouragement to her. Then we're going to bring in the Stampin' Up! Girls with Jessica Taylor and Christine Bertram. Then Amanda Stevens will be coming in to host our friend Lauren Taylor. After that, we have my twin sister, Mary Claus, that will be here reading our family Christmas story and a story for all. And then after that, something else happens. Oh, I know. Biddy, Penny, and Craft. Biddy, Penny, and Ardith are going to bring out the year with some style and fun just for you guys. Don't miss a week. I will be taking a hiatus in December through the first week of January is the plan right now. So I can watch the show. We do want to thank our patrons. They are 138 strong right now. We do have a all patron call on December 8th, maybe, something like that, the second Saturday in December. We hope that you will join us. They're always a lot of fun. The theme is try to make Mary laugh by telling her a dad joke. Or we may just pit one person against another, too, just for some fun if I can't keep it together. I have been watching things to kind of train not to laugh. It's not working very well. But I have been watching some pretty bad dad joke kind of YouTube, and I laugh every darn time. Amanda Stevens sent me a dad joke kind of question. I laughed out loud. It's my inappropriate laughter disorder. We're going to see if I can, by immersion, I can get stronger. We'll see. Anyway, join us. All patrons are invited to that call. We do have a club fun call on the last Saturday of the month, and that is our play date. It's all afternoon, and if you want to, you can play the scrapbook game. If you don't want to, you can scrapbook, you can craft, or you can just hang out and talk with us. It's fun. It's not a very big group, and it's very sweet to spend time with them. So anyway, that's all these options. Thank you guys so very much for your support. Oh, Ronnie Macias also came on this week. They kind of did a switch. It was Max, now it's Ronnie, so that's all good. So welcome, Ronnie. We do have our giveaways. When I see that confetti, I know that either you have sent in a card, you will get confetti. It's me coming on the show, or it's giveaway time. To be on the giveaway board, you have to have sent in a card for last week's episode. That, again, you have till Thursday night if you're a patron, Sunday night if you are not. You have to claim your prize. There is now a claim form on craftroulette.live. Look that up when you're claiming it, so it will separate it in my email and I won't miss it as easily. Not that I would ever miss an email. And I did, Mr. Producer, there was a text. I was trying to find it today. Never mind. Not all prizes can be shipped internationally, but please use our Crafty Roulette claim prize. You changed that, didn't you? No, you didn't. This is still the same. All right. So if you sent in a card last week, your name is on there. There's no double dipping. Nobody's on there twice. Everybody's included, for the most part. The only person that isn't included usually are people that turn it down, like our guest crafters. But here we go. What are we giving away? Oh, a goodie bag. One of those famous pink bags. And this is for the United States. Spin, spin, spin. Grandma Gay wants to win something. I know, sire. We got you fixed up, though. No, you're not on there 3 times anymore. Laura Ann Wood. She's fairly new. Congratulations, Laura Ann. Oops, I put you in the wrong place. Wouldn't you know? I'm not very structured. I'm kind of okay. I bet when Crafty Allie learned how to write checks, if you don't know what a check is, I'm sorry, but I bet she did it right in order. Me, I do, and do it, and I'm all over the place. Yeah, okay. Anyway, Laura Ann, make sure you let us know using that claim prize form. Next. Yeah, we can do another one of those. Goodie bag 2. got lots of good goodie bags because they're all donated from our fun friends, and they have given us lots and lots of stuff. I was going to show you guys that corner. My gosh, it's nuts. Wanda Thompson. Wanda is very active, encourager on our Facebook group. So yay, I'm glad that we get to give back to her. Thank you so much, Wanda, for all you do for us. And let me know that you want that prize. Now for a handmade card with an itty bitty gift. Who doesn't want this one? You should see these notes, Crafty Al. They're a mess. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, Sue Harris. Oh, how fun. I will be happy to send a card to Sue Harris. Let me make sure you know that let me know that you want it, and I'd be happy to send you something. For our Pear Blossom $25 gift, again, our spin sponsors mean the world to us. You can use the links down below to go shopping on their sites, and there are also Craft Roulette discounts on for them. So make sure you use those. That way they know that you're coming from Craft Roulette, and it helps us get spin sponsors. Ooh, Cecilia. She's one of our crafting Swedish princesses. Very, very exciting. And for our Not Too Shabby, you saw Not Too Shabby in action tonight with Crafty Al. She did great, didn't she, Jamie? She'll have to show her box of Not Too Shabby stamps. There's a bunch. Oh, Rose, how lovely. Rose is going to get a gift certificate to Not Too Shabby. Make sure you let me know, though, Miss Rose. You got to watch to the end of the show, everybody. And for Ink on 3, they've got great blackout ink and no line ink that I haven't seen it quite yet, but she's got some pretty good stuff over there, kind of unique. Karen C., you're going to get a $25 gift certificate to Ink on 3. I will be batching those all at one time, so if you don't hear from me right away, I probably have heard from you. But I will be batching them all at one time, either Monday or sometime over the weekend. Depends on how many come in. So, well done. It's always a good time to give away good other people's stuff. It's one of my favorite things. So, I'm going to cough. I'm done coughing. So, I see a kitty. The kitty wants to be back on the show. That's the right end. Oh, there she goes. There she goes.
Yeah.
Hi, Lyndon.
Yeah.
What a
Lyndon.
pretty kitty.
Oh, I think she wants to climb on me.
We may get mooned again. She's beautiful.
Yeah, I'll keep my hand back here. And I want to ask, how else can you write a check besides top to bottom, left to right?
You can do this and that and the other thing. Yeah.
I'm not sure it's valid if you skip around.
Have you ever read the books about abstract and concrete thinking? That some people are very, like you, are very concrete, and then there's other people that are abstract, and they're like, doing, 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 doing. Yeah. It's a thing. So, and it's kind of helpful to know when you're working with kids, too, because they don't have to do it the way we do it. Oh. They won't. As a matter of fact, they'll figure out their own way. Does she have her jewel on?
No, but I will censor it if something happens. My hand's ready.
Her little diamond jewel. Well, thank you again. It just seemed like I know it'd been a long time, but it just seemed like we all never quit hanging out. You're that kind of girl.
I thank you for asking me back. I always have a good time and love it. I'm very nervous right before you spin, but I always end up having a good time.
Right. It's very common. I still get a little bit silly. And it's I've done it a lot of times, 139 now. So
Tell your husband thanks for not turning off Google.
I'll let him know. He's there monitoring the internet. It's good. It's good.
Well, do you have anything that you have coming up that you want to share? Any surprises for us? Anything that you are such a teaser?
Danny and I we've only done it once, but it's called Friday with Friends, where we're just going to get together maybe one Friday a month. We're not going to set anything in stone, and we're just going to try new crafty things. Can I show you that?
Yes. That sounds very unstructured.
It was. So I saw a video about stacked envelopes. So
Yeah.
that's what we tried last time. And tomorrow I'm going to share what I put in them. And I'm going to give this away to somebody. So make sure to watch my video tomorrow.
Fun deal. Yeah, stacked envelopes. They were really, I remember them at some point, and I always thought they were very intriguing.
Yeah.
And I've never made them. But I thought that looks great. I wonder, that could be something if you got envelope on the parameters. So y'all should be watching that. So you're all ready for the next time. And I don't know when we'll see you next. It might be warm.
Hopefully, because I'm already sick of the cold weather, and it's just gotten here.
It's just here. And I hope you do find out who won Jeopardy.
No, I forgot to say thank you. Somebody did let me know who won tonight, which means it's not over. So it'll be back on Monday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
She'll watch on Monday. Who is Crafty Al? Yeah. Kiss. Silly things to do at the end of the show for 100. Kiss your brain. What we do on Friday night on Craft Roulette at the end of the show? We kiss our brains. That's right. It's all good fun. I don't know if you guys do it. I'm going to listen. I'm pretty sure I heard some smooching. That's good. That's a good way to get the weekend started. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. Thank you, Chatterboxes. I will be reading your comments tomorrow. Looks like you were quite busy. Sandy Boone, I am going to be resting up. You better believe it. The Chiefs aren't on until Sunday night. So I've got all weekend to get nice and rested so I can do some proper touchdown awkward dancing like I like to do so very much when Patrick Mahomes drives it home. So thank you guys. See you Tuesday for Fun University. Which we'll play another game. And then we'll see you back here next week with Karis Young. Gosh, once I learn something wrong, I learn it really well, though. So thank you, Crafty. I appreciate you, Mr. Producer. You're the best.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all take care. Stay warm or stay cool, whichever is happening. Bye-bye.